3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Mystery reading number 968. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to stick around and subscribe, welcome, and thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. Right now, I'm thinking about somebody who may be struggling to feel motivated or inspired enough to stay committed to something that does mean a lot to you, but you know, it can be demanding of your energy. So, it may be helpful to remember why you wanted to do this in the first place, why you wanted to be committed, and why this truly makes you, this is something that you're truly passionate about. I do think there is encouragement here for you to put some intentional focus and reflection on the resistance or the stubbornness or maybe even frustration if you're really just not in the mood. It could be important to remember that you are in control of your mind. Your mind is in control of you. I do think that there is something that needs to be expressed or released, for sure, especially if you're feeling frustrated or upset on some level. And, you could be feeling conflicted feelings like, I'm really passionate about this and I really care about this, but I'm just not feeling motivated or inspired either. I think it's important to find the root cause of whatever is eating away at your motivation, your inspiration. Are you doing too much externally, or are you not doing enough internally? I feel like that could be helpful to identify, because you deserve to feel motivated and inspired, actively motivated and inspired in the short term, as much as you do in the long term, and maybe in the future. Getting into interpreting number 968, the number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. I'm really getting that there could be someone or something where self-expression and being honest about how you feel, it feels significant or important, or like maybe it could help create change or a different outcome or something. But the number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. The number 6 is about a choice or many choices between self-love and self-destruction, and it is encouragement for you to make the choice that allows you to love yourself in the way that you deserve to be loved, to be there for yourself in the way that you deserve to be there for yourself. And the number 8 is about loss and trusting that what's lost will be replaced. I do think that there is a loss that you may not be aware of. It does feel like you're losing something, or you could lose something. Like losing something now that you might not be able to see will create more loss in the future. And I feel like what you could be losing right now is rest, or time to relax, or to have fun. Don't forget to not neglect your inner child. And I just saw the number 543, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason, that you're feeling unmotivated and uninspired for a reason. There could definitely be someone here who is feeling overwhelmed with doing too much. And maybe it's important for you to trust that you're being called to move at a slower pace for a reason. A lot of messages came through from that 543 and trusting that everything happens for a reason. So however it applies to you, you take it however it resonates for you, if you feel called to. I think, to put it in the most vague terms, whatever you're losing right now is respect for your own needs and wants. Like, obviously, maybe something you're working on is something that you want, but it's not the only thing that you want. You know? It's okay to spend time on other things too. There could be something significant here about time management or resource allocation. Maybe it's time to restructure or reorganize, or, restructure your to-do list or your calendar or something. Are you feeling tired? I definitely think that's possible, whether it's actually physically tired or just mentally tired, or both. Maybe it would be good or helpful to take a step back, if it's possible, to give yourself a short break. I really think that could help you get re-inspired. I really, really do, actually. Adding up these numbers, 9 plus 6 is 15, and 15 plus 8 is 23, 2 plus 3 is 5, which is about change and transformation. There could definitely be some changes that you need to make here to have a more balance between work and play, or just how much time you're investing in different things in your life. It's okay to stop for a second and to just let yourself think about what you're doing, if you want to keep doing it, and about maybe some changes you might want to make. Especially if you want to stay committed long term, maybe you're going to have to make some changes, even if it's uncomfortable. And I feel that this will also help you grow as a person too. It'll help you better understand yourself mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. There could even be something spiritual to learn from this. Really. I do really feel that possibility, that potential is there to connect more with your faith. Yeah, I'm feeling it's because it might encourage you to trust yourself more and to trust the process more, to put more trust in the universe and what is possible. Is some part of you afraid of moving slower? I'm really feeling into the messages from the number 6 and being encouraged to choose self-love right now. Because at this point, if you keep moving forward like this, it might become more destructive than productive. And if it isn't restructuring your calendar or how you do things, then something needs to change. Something needs to change. Yeah, like I said, especially if you want to stay committed long term. I'm going to start moving into the cards portion of this reading now. And I'm going to start with some Zoltar Speaks cards, which are fortune cards that I got from this box, which is like a fortune teller thing. I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest, but I do feel drawn to these cards and to use them in this reading. Okay, I've got one. I'll start off with the lucky numbers. The number 3, 13, 16, 22, 34, and 32. I feel with these numbers, particularly the number 3, it's confirming how I interpret the number 3. Self-expression or communication, healing and growing and investing in something for a long period of time. Literally. You'll know that if you've been around for a while. But yeah, that could be extra confirmation who needs it to know that this reading is meant for you. But this card says, you emerge from your recent fog and get down to business. Okay, I feel like this is coming off as more like, you know, in the future. Like right now, I feel like you could be feeling the fog, or it's definitely possible. Maybe it was something that happened recently. But it says, life becomes more serious and realistic. Really, really resonating with realistic there. If a person takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. There is a need for good business judgment now. When things are getting well, it is all too easy to become overconfident and not give proper attention to one's duties. If this tendency is recognized early, it may be corrected and no harm will be done. You will also find time after business is settled for friends and or lovers. It is easy to see, hard to foresee. This is what the card looks like. So whatever you are passionate about, it could definitely be related to business, as this card seems to imply. I mean, at the very least, I think this card is literally... Let me look at it real quick. What really stood out to me, one of them, I mean, a lot of things stood out, but what I'm looking at right now says, if a person takes no thought about what is distant. What does the rest of it say? He will find sorrow near at hand. Yeah, that really makes me think like something is going to take a long period of time to invest in, and so it's important for you to recognize that and to not go full steam ahead, and to rather, you know, pace yourself, your inspiration, your motivation, so that way it lasts for a longer period of time. I'm really resonating with the need for good business judgment, or good judgment in general. Yeah. A choice needs to be made to create change, to build a better structure for a business, or whatever this may be for you, whatever tower, whatever foundation you're trying to build. Things could either be too easy or too hard right now. But I do think this card is almost like a warning to address this right now. Don't wait, don't delay, don't procrastinate. Address it right now. Especially because if you wait too far long down the line, you'll start building on this foundation, and you'll have to restructure everything from the bottom up, you know? So it's better to do it now rather than to wait and have to do more work later. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping up this reading now by drawing on a couple of cards from the Prisma Visions Tarot. Whoa, that card just flipped right out, and lo and behold, it is the Judgment card. It was in reverse, though. Has the crown chakra, with that planet symbol right there, if you feel called to look it up. Very interesting to see this card, because when I was talking about good business judgment, I'm literally thinking about the Judgment card. So there's there's something big in your life that you're working on, that you want to invest in long term, but you're not thinking, like, you don't have the right mindset, at least not fully, for a long term investment. So this could literally just be like a change in perspective or a change in mindset, how you approach this project or this business or whatever you're trying to build. I do think there could be some important communication related to business. Or, I mean, in general, I do feel like there's need to express yourself to work through this frustration and maybe restructuring, but there could also be some business communication that's part of that. Communication does feel like it could be really important for somebody, or like it could even be key in a situation. I mean, especially if it's like a business partnership, Though that's part of your foundation. You want good business partnerships to build a good business. From the ground up, I want to say. I also thought about choices when I thought about the Judgment card, because it has number 20 on it. 2 plus 0 is 2, and 2 can also be about choices. So I really feel that now is a time to take your choices seriously, to really think through them, and to be wise. Don't rush. Yeah, and here we are with the 4 of Wands. All about foundations. Got the planet of Venus, the zodiac sign of Aries. For some reason I wanted to say Aquarius. Your ancestors could potentially be trying to help you build this, whether it's like a home life, a family, a business, something at work, or even just a hobby. There is something here that means a lot to you, that you want to invest in for a long time and to see grow. And a big part of that is making sure there's a good foundation. And part of that good foundation is having the right mindset. Yeah. So I feel like feeling uninspired, unmotivated, and maybe even frustrated. It feels like it's more about changing the way that you think and the way that you're looking at this and approaching it than the idea itself. I feel like what you want to do is possible, but you have to think in a way that will encourage you to make the decisions that you need to make it happen, to really make it happen.